So in the last class you have learned about the coplanar vectors. In this lecture let us try to understand the addition of subtraction of vectors by graphical method. Addition and subtraction of vectors. So by graphical method. So this is the another concept in this chapter. So to add any vectors you basically need to have the vectors which are greater than one vector. So you need to have the two vectors. So consider two vectors, vector A and vector B. So let's suppose this be vector A and this be vector B. So we have considered two vectors A and B. So they can be added by drawing the vector A and then displace vector B without changing its direction in such a way that tail of the vector B must coincide with the head of the vector A. So let me write, they can be added by drawing the vector A. So vector A first you have to draw and then displace vector B. So now let me draw vector A. So what we have done, they can be added by drawing vector A. So I have drawn the vector A. Now what you have to do, you have to displace vector B such that the direction of vector should not change. So if you draw the same vector B, then the tail of vector B should coincide with the head of vector A. See here, I am not changing the direction of vector B, but here tail of vector B must coincide with the head of vector A. So here if you see, the tail of vector B is coinciding with the head of vector A. So now to add this two vectors, vector A and vector B, you have to draw the resultant vector from vector A to vector B. So this vector is resultant vector that can be denoted as R. So R can be written as A plus B. R is what? R is resultant vector. Now let's suppose you have the vector B and A, then you have to find resultant vector from B to A. Then what you will do? So you have vector B and you have vector A. So this is vector A and this is vector B. Now from here, from the tail of vector B, if you draw the vector to the head of vector A, then this will give R is equals to B plus A. So if you draw the resultant vector from tail of vector A to head of vector B, then you will get A plus B. So first A and then B. Now here you are drawing the vector, resultant vector from tail of B to head of A, the resultant will be B plus A. So this is the addition and subtraction. So this is just the addition of vectors. So now resultant vector. So you got to know R is a resultant vector. So let us write the definition for resultant vector. So the resultant vectors of two or more vectors is a single vector. So you saw there you had the vector A and vector B. So then you drawn the vector from the tail of A to the head of B. Then you said it as resultant vector, which is equals to A plus B. So that is the resultant vector. So this resultant vector will produce the same effect as the individual vectors do. So this R will give the same effect as the effect which is given by the vector A and vector B. Hence these are known as resultant vectors. Now if you have two vectors which are pointing in different direction, then you can add these two vectors by using the two laws. The first law is triangle law of vector addition. So addition of two vectors pointing in different direction. So basically you have two vectors which are pointing in different direction. So you can add these two vectors by using the triangle law of vector addition. And the second one is you can also use parallelogram law of vector addition. So there is another one, that is polygonal law or polygon law of vector addition. So if you are given the two vectors which are pointing in different direction, then you can add these two vectors by using any of these three laws. So the first law is triangle law of vector addition, second is parallelogram law of vectors addition, and the third is polygon law of vectors addition. So these three are important laws, so this you will use in solving the problem. So try to understand them thoroughly, such that you can have the clear picture of what will be the resultant vectors. So when two or three vectors are given to you. Now first of all, let us start the triangle law of vectors addition. So the name itself says there will be a triangle. So using the triangle, we will try to define how do we add two vectors. So now to get the triangle law of vectors, we have to consider two vectors. So consider two vectors A and B. So let's suppose you have vector A like this and vector B like this. So you have two vectors, vector A and vector B. Now how do we add these two vectors? We have to draw the vector A and then we have to bring this vector B, and the tail of the vector B should coincide with the head of the vector A without changing its direction. So this is how we draw the diagram. So now these vectors are added as follows. So now first what you have to draw? You draw vector A, which is represented as OP. So now you have to draw the vector A. So this I am drawing here. So this vector is represented as OP. So now next what you have to draw? You have to draw the vector B. So now you have to draw this vector. So if you draw this vector, so this vector here, so should be drawn here. So the tail of the vector should touch the head of the vector A, and so this is vector B, and this vector should be parallel to this vector. So this is vector B. Now let me give this as Q. So you have OP vector and PQ vector. OP is vector A and PQ is vector B. So you have two vectors. Now you have drawn these two vectors. So the next step would be to draw the resultant vector and find what will be the addition of vector A and vector B. So vector B is denoted by PQ. So now the resultant of A and B can be represented as OQ. So this is the resultant vector. So R is the resultant vector. R is the resultant vector. So the resultant of A and B is R. So and that is represented as OQ. Now from the triangle you can write OQ is equals to what? OP plus PQ. So OQ is what? OQ is R. R is equals to OP is A vector plus B vector. So this is known as the triangle law of vector addition. So this is the triangle law of vector addition. So what you have done in this law, you have taken the two vectors, vector A and vector B. Then you have drawn this vector A as OP or the base of the triangle. Then you have drawn B vector. So this vector B should touch the head of the vector A, and then this B should be parallel to this vector B. And then what next? So you have to find the resultant vector R of the vector A and B. So to get the resultant vector, you have to draw another vector, so that starts from the tail of A and ends at the heads of B. So that starts at the tail of the vector A, ends at the head of vector B. So this is the resultant vector. So this resultant vector can be written as OQ is equals to OP plus PQ. So I have written that here. So OQ is R, OP is A, PQ is B. So therefore resultant vector R is the sum of the vector A and vector B. So this is known as the triangle law of vectors addition. So now let us see what is the statement or the definition of triangle law of vectors addition. So here you have this statement or the definition of the triangle law of vectors addition. So it says if two vectors are represented both in magnitude and direction by the two sides of triangle taken in the same order, then the resultant of the vectors is represented both in magnitude and direction by the third side of the triangle taken in the opposite direction. So this is telling, so you need to have the two vectors with magnitude and direction. Then, so if these two vectors be the two sides of a triangle, then the resultant of the two vectors can be represented by the third side of the triangle, but this should be taken in the opposite direction to the two vectors. So this is the triangle law of vector addition. So this triangle law of vectors addition, parallelogram law of vectors addition and polygonal law of vectors addition is important concept. So try to understand them as thorough as possible, because these laws will help you in understanding the vectors much better and in solving the problems in a very simpler way. So try to understand what is resultant vectors and what all these three laws. So now let us try to understand the next law, parallelogram law of vectors addition. So parallelogram law of vector addition can be basically used or applied when two vectors act on the same point at a certain angle. Let's suppose you have a wooden block here. So this is the surface. So you have wooden block. Now this wooden block is pulled by two children, so with a force F1 and F2, but in the different direction. So let's suppose the first child pull the block in this direction with force F1, and the second child will pull this block with the force F2 in this direction. So there is a angle theta between these two forces, but these two forces are acting at a same point but with certain angle. Now let's suppose this point be O. So the F1 is OA and F2 is OB. Now, so in which direction do you think this block moves? So if you observe it carefully, this block will neither move in this direction nor in this direction, but block moves in this direction. So this wooden block will move in this direction. F1 is in this direction and F2 is in this direction, but this wooden block will not move in F1 direction or in F2 direction, but this wooden block will move in the direction or in the diagonal of the parallelogram. So if you join this, so this forms the parallelogram. So this here is the resultant force. So this can also be said as the resultant of two forces F1 and F2 acting at a point O at some angle is represented by diagonal OC. So this is the diagonal of parallelogram, OC of a parallelogram passing through the point O. So this law of adding two vectors F1 and F2 is known as parallelogram law of vector addition. So what we have done, so we are taking the resultant of two forces F1 and F2 which are acting at the same point O, but the resultant of these two forces F1 and F2 can be given as the diagonal of the parallelogram. So this is known as the parallelogram law of vector addition. So what we have done, so to understand the parallelogram law of vector addition, we have considered the wooden block which is kept on the floor. So this is the floor, the wooden block is kept on the floor. Now there are two children which are pulling this wooden block in different directions. So let's say the direction of F1 is OA and F2 is OB. Now this wooden block will not move in the direction of the F1 or in the direction of F2, but this wooden block will move in the direction of OC. So this OC is the diagonal of the parallelogram, and OC can be said as the resultant vector of the vectors F1 and F2. So this is the parallelogram law of vectors addition. So let us write what is this law says. So now according to this law, so if you have two vectors which are represented both in magnitude and direction by the adjacent sides of the parallelogram drawn from a point, then the resultant vector is represented both in magnitude and direction by the diagonal of the parallelogram passing through the same point. So let me draw. So you have a point O here. So there is a vector A which has got both magnitude and direction, and there is another vector, that is vector B. So this is vector A and vector B. So this B also got the magnitude and direction. So now in order to get the resultant of these two vectors, what you have to do is you have to draw the parallel line to the vector A and the parallel line to the vector B. So this line here is parallel to vector B, and this line here is parallel to vector A. So if you see, these two lines are parallel and these two lines are parallel. So at the point of intersection of two lines, you can denote this as O, A, B, C. So the point of intersection of two lines is P. So now if you draw the vector from point O to point B, so the tail of this vector should coincide with the tail of the two vectors, and the head of this vector should coincide with the point B. Now this line or this vector gives the resultant vector of A and B. So since this vector is parallel to vector A, this vector can also be said as vector A, and this vector here is parallel to this vector, and this can also be said as vector B. So you have vector A and vector B with the angle theta here. So these two vectors are making an angle theta. So now this triangle, so this parallelogram OABC. So there is a parallelogram OABC, and with this parallelogram we can find the resultant vector R. So now consider a parallelogram OABC. So you have the parallelogram OABC, and let two vectors A and B be represented by two adjacent sides of the parallelogram. Let vectors A and B be represented by two adjacent sides, say OA and OC of the parallelogram. So you have two vectors, vector A and vector B, and these two vectors are represented to two adjacent sides of the parallelogram. Now vector AB or the side AB will be equals to what? OC. So these two sides are the two sides of the parallelogram. So AB is equals to OC, so that can be given by vector B, and OA is equals to CB, so that can be given by vector A. So now you have vector A and vector B. So these two vectors forms the four sides of the parallelogram. Now from triangle OAB. So if you see, you have a triangle OAB here. So this triangle has the side vector A and vector B. So the resultant of this triangle can be given as what? The OA plus AB. So the OB side of a triangle can be written as OA plus AB. So this you are writing from considering the triangle OAB. So from the triangle it is clear that the third side of the triangle is equals to the two sides of the triangle. OB is equals to OA plus AB. Now from the above data you know OA is equals to A vector plus OB, this is not OB, this is AB is equals to P vector. So you have vector A which is added to vector B, and this forms the resultant vector. So this is the parallelogram law of vector addition. So this law or the parallelogram law of vector addition says, so if you have two vectors which are represented both in magnitude and direction by the adjacent sides of the parallelogram drawn from a point, then the resultant vector is represented both in magnitude and direction by the diagonal of the parallelogram passing through the same point. So this I have shown by drawing the diagram. Here is the diagram. So this is the parallelogram. OABC is a parallelogram. So now you have two vectors, vector A and vector B. So the magnitude and the direction of vector A and the magnitude and the direction of vector B are given. So now for these two vectors, if you want to find the resultant vector, then you have to draw the diagonal for this parallelogram. First you have to draw these two sides, then at the intersection, so you have to draw the resultant line. This resultant line will give both the magnitude and the direction of R. So this is what the parallelogram law of vector addition says. So to find this resultant vector, what we have done is we have considered this triangle. So one part of the parallelogram is taken as a triangle. So earlier we have learned the triangle law of vector addition. Using that, if you apply that law here, then you can find R. So R will be what? OA plus AB. OA plus AB will give OB. So OA is denoted by vector A, AB is denoted by vector B. Now if you add these two vectors, then you will get the vector R. So R is equals to vector A plus vector B. So this is what the parallelogram law of vector addition says. So if two vectors are represented both in magnitude and direction by the adjacent sides of a parallelogram drawn from point or from a common point, then the resultant vector is represented in magnitude and direction by the diagonal of the parallelogram passing through the same point. So this is the law of parallelogram or parallelogram law of vectors addition.